Hello and welcome to our SpinTV coverage of the Konopiste Open 2018 here in Benešov, Czech Republic. Big sexy commentary with you again, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And through 2 rounds, we have a leader who has just shown the consistency and just an incredible pace. 2 16-unders in a row from Eagle McMahon. Really begs the question, what's more impressive? Paul's 18 under the week before, back-to-back 16s. They're both incredible in consecutive weeks. It's just really impressive play being played right now by the open field.
Don't make me choose. Eagle McMahon is our leader. Simon Lizotte in second place. Paul McBeth up on the lead card as well, fan favorite. And Seppo Paju from Finland, 2014 European champion.
Well, I have done really good so far for myself, so I'm just trying to keep the level I've been playing so far and just try to make the pots that I missed yesterday. So there's some room to improve for me.
This course is so attackable in this condition, barely any wind and perfect temperature, so it's all about keeping it in the fairway and then making my putts finally.
I need to be really aggressive today. Eagle is not letting up at all. 2 16s is pretty impressive, so like you said, moving day, I need to make a move. 7 strokes isn't too much. I mean, he made 7 strokes on me, so I can make 7 strokes on him. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I can't hope for him to shoot a bad round. I just got to shoot better than he is.
I'm feeling great right now, and pretty much the only plan I have today is to try to replicate every shot. Every hole out there, I know what to throw, and I'm just gonna go off instinct.
That's bad news for the rest of the field. If Eagle can replicate every shot, there's really no strokes to be grabbed if he keeps that up. Our first hole, par 3, downhill 122 meters, OB on the left, and a drop zone if you do go OB.
Representing USA, playing for Discmania, Eagle McMahon.
And it's not the hardest hole according to scoring separation or difficulty to par, but it certainly kind of feels like it's one of the most dangerous holes just because this out of bounds comes in play so tight and behind the basket.
And Eagle is right there. A little bit of a roll, but that distance has not proven to be a problem for him so far.
Not at all.
And 2-time Finnish champion, Seppo Paju.
Seppo off to such an amazing start. 12 down, 14 down, back-to-back rounds.
And his 14 down with 3 misses in the circle, so absolutely has the potential to beat best that 16 down course record shared by McMahon and Wysocki.
4-time world champion, Paul McBeth.
It looked like Seppo squeezed through a little bit there, and he's going to have a putt from outside the circle.
Paul's a little high again. This needs to catch the grass.
Oh, and that is going out of bounds again. This hole has been proven difficult for Paul throughout the event. It's going to be a second
Konopiste
bogey.
Open 2016 champion, Simon Lizotte.
That's the line you want, a little lower. And take your skip. Paul from the drop zone.
Champion Glow AVR X3 and leaves it about 25 feet short, about 7 or 8 meters short.
Seppo looks like he's got a line, but a little low.
Low, confident stroke there from Eagle, picking up the pace from where he left off in round 2. And Simon is well low, but in the basket. And Paul for his bogey. Oh no, is that gonna roll? That is
Safe.
He is safe, but he has gone outside the circle. This is a putt for 5.
Oh no.
And disaster for Paul, and just like that, I mean, just lost 4 strokes to Eagle, and he was trailing 7. He's now down 11 to the leader. I mean, when Eagle's playing like that, it's got to be demoralizing. What an awful start for Paul.
Oh my gosh, yeah, down 4, and Eagle hasn't left 4 strokes on the table even once yet in this tournament, so
wow.
Wow. Second hole, par 4, uphill, moving left. You got to throw a huge hyzer that hits this gap. Try to get out into the landing zone to give yourself a chance to attack the basket. Anywhere else there really is just a scramble. If you go too straight, if you go too short, no real play to get to the basket. So these guys are going to show us the landing zone though. These guys are absolutely capable of throwing that hyzer shot right to the spot.
That is a group of confident spectators lining the fairway. A lot of shots end up there where the gallery is standing for the, I'd say the rest of the field.
Yeah.
But
wow,
really,
that's perfect right there.
That is a really great shot from Eagle.
And it's really wide, but it's also really high, so it might work.
Mm-hmm. That's going to give him enough angle to be able to look around the corner. Any further right than that, and he would be in a really tricky spot.
Seppo's got this hole figured out.
Gosh, almost as good as yesterday. Yesterday's drive was just picture perfect, and yeah, so is round 2. I mean, round 3.
Yeah, he's even further left.
You really have to hug that corner as all 4 players have thrown what appears to be perfect tee shots. I mean, you just can't really appreciate how difficult it is to get that far left and that high up the hill just from watching the video alone.
Nice. Around the tree. Simon almost finds the bullseye. That'll be an easy birdie.
And you have to wonder if the confidence is at all rattled. It doesn't look like it.
No, the Firebird off the pole. Bullseye birdie. That's exactly what he needed.
And that's what all great players have, is that ability to compartmentalize and move on past the obstacles. And Eagle is just making the game look just silly easy once again for the 38th hole in a row.
And Seppo has found a way to almost set up a backhand hyzer here. He got the disc so far to the left.
And executes the birdie today. He had just as good of a drive yesterday, and he left the approach about the same distance and missed the putt. And today he executes, and looking like we're going to have a pretty simple-looking star frame here for our lead group. And this is the 4th handicap on the course. This is not. There we go.
Yeah.
Crowd loves it. We love it. Hopefully you love it too.
Oh, you better. Third hole, par 5, 319 meters. Starting out straight ahead, you need to throw down a roller as a right-handed player, most likely, and try to break right before these big trees. Get to this spot, and then you can fire that backhand hyzer full power through the gap, moving left. We've actually seen some eagles happen this week, so it is possible. Never knew that before, but it is possible. Eagle's roller is a little low on the hill. He won't be loving that, but it's not bad. He should still have a pretty good chance to birdie.
And Simon getting that PD2 roller over quick and not the distance that he was looking for. Seppo throwing an F7 here. And a little bit further down the hill. Is it stable enough to get that uphill rise? Not quite enough, but still in a good spot, just not in that eagleable, attackable range there.
And Paul going with your run-of-the-mill 161 gram Roadrunner.
And making it look like a normal heavyweight Roadrunner. But I expect this will curl up quick, and it does. Not quite as far as Seppo's, but still in really good position.
What do you think is going to happen to 161 Roadrunner sales?
I hope that they'll...
I think they're exploding right now.
I would imagine that they're going up.
Simon goes pretty conservative.
back door even behind the trees. Kind of surprising play, but puts him in a good spot for his third.
And that is a rip.
Wow.
Off the side hill. It's hard to show you exactly how difficult the footing is, but it can be tough. Just playing off the side hill to generate the kind of power you want to. And this is all of a 425-foot, 120-meter type shot.
Oh, to the pin, I'd say it's probably more than that. Yeah.
I mean, to the pin, it's far more, but to clear the corner.
Oh, yes.
130
correct.
meters.
Right.
Mid 400s. It's not a trivial shot. Seppo does it very well.
And Eagle kind of playing a position shot, but that is going to leave him quite a bit left to the pin. Fortunately, it's a pretty open hyzer, but he's still got 400 feet.
Yeah.
And that's
I think
why
he likes it.
He's asking for it to skip and slide. And wow. Really good shot. I thought he was going to be outside the circle, but he managed to hyzer all the way down there, and he's going to have a good look for his birdie.
Never faded. And this is an eagle look.
One of the best in the game from this distance.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it's just so good to be able to do that so consistently.
Another eagle try. Oh, man.
And not that Seppo's bad from that distance, but that's somewhat normal for a player of this caliber. And Simon off the mark there. He's going to have to settle for a par. It's just uncanny how consistent Paul is from 100 feet.
Absolutely.
It's a skill set that is so difficult to even comprehend, and it's so consistent.
Par for Simon. We've got a nice gallery out today, enjoying the perfect weather and near perfect golf.
3 birdies and a par on hole 3. Moving on to the third hardest hole in the course.
Yeah, hole 4, par 3, 109 meters straight up the middle. The main difficulty here, aside from all these birch trees, is you've got a little shelf here right next to the basket that just makes it so important that you park it, because it's very difficult to run that putt, and it's very easy to have a little roll away. The Eagle's going to show us a huge spike hyzer.
And with that spike hyzer to work, it needs to be really overstable at this point, and it's crashing down, but he's going to be far left. That's going to give him a look. And I guess it's the preferable look, being that it's an uphill look at it.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that.
And Seppo, who chained out yesterday in the shot, very similar line today.
I didn't quite see it.
Well, maybe it came up a bit short, but
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like it should be a pretty good shot there.
T-bird 3, a little right.
And I made a mistake yesterday. I called it he aced this with a Thunderbird last year. I only misspoke. I knew he threw the T-bird 3, but that was again a T-bird 3 that did not quite work out as well this time.
And Simon up and over, catches some trees. They're gonna have to earn it on the green. Simon with a nice layup.
Another incredible long distance nose up putter.
Paul lays one up close. See how close Seppo ended up. 15 meters, maybe 12 meters. Tricky uphill. No way. Okay.
Oh, and Eagle is going to be in jeopardy of his first bogey if he doesn't make this. And that is the first drop stroke, first mistake of the tournament so far for Eagle.
Wow.
And almost an incredible highlight putt,
He
too.
almost made that. I mean, that's how it's running stuff like that and hitting it that's got him where he is. So it's definitely way too early to start trying to protect your lead. He's got to just keep gunning for it, and that's unfortunately can't happen when you're playing at that level. Hole 5, par 4, 219 meters, sweeping to the right and a little bit uphill after the initial downhill tee shot. Some players will take a huge turnover on this early fairway. Some players play a forehand or a roller into the secondary fairway. Either way, you've got a technical approach up here to this green that's pretty well surrounded by a lot of trees and low-hanging branches.
As we saw yesterday, Seppo has all the power in the world to do whatever he wants. And as he got past the obstacle tree, it looks like he has, but
I think barely.
On the left side of it. But that should be just fine as long as he's out of the woods. Good angle there from Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's really... It's a hard shot to execute to keep that turn held over that way and get all the way up the hill. That's big. This is the first time I think Simon's ever tried this shot.
Yeah, up over the top. That's foreign.
As foreign as he is. Oh, no, they're... wow.
That's great. It's nice to have it pulled down the hill a little. He has a little more open look at the green, I think, from there.
And if the cameramen have to turn the angle... That's saying a lot.
This is really turning over.
Oh, could he be intentionally throwing a roller? I don't think he is.
But I think he'll be fine with the fact that that curled around like that. I just think the angle gets better the further down the hill you get. Nice shot from Seppo.
Really well done to navigate that low ceiling there on the backhand anhyzer. Hard to do on the left to or right to left sloping hill.
Bullseye.
Just going to add to this insane bullseye percentage that Eagles had through the first 2 rounds.
Paul needs to miss this tree and take one skip, and he's done that. Oh, he's leaning on the pole.
Yeah.
Oh, just falls off. Pretty cool. And Simon, thinking about it too.
That is so far.
The wind says no, though. The wind is not interested in seeing that thing fly.
On my longest, best drives, I'm throwing a full-powered approach into this, and he's just like, can I make it?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh, no. Seppo with a miscue there. Air ball to the right. Birdie for Simon. Bullseyes for the mix.
It's really showing how well Seppo's been playing so far, just with his tee shots and his approach shots have been so good that, you know, his putting hasn't been necessarily his biggest ally, and yet he's still right there in the mix.
Yeah. I would say he's putting at an average level, though. I mean, missing a few in the circle, that happens.
It's not very bad. It's just not what he'd like.
Yeah. Our 6th hole is a downhill par 3, one big tree in the way, backhand mid-range, forehand driver. See if you can stick it. Really, that's all it is. It's one of the easier holes on this course.
And just if you're throwing the backhand, you have to make sure that you don't fade long, because there is out of bounds left and long.
Paul with the destroyer. I don't think he likes that. And he actually told me after the round, I forget if it was his tee shot on 4 or 5, but he pulled a groin muscle. And he said that he was feeling a lot of pain, especially on trying to deliver those forehand shots from that point forward in the round. So bad news for Paul, a minor injury that was really kind of dogging him. Simon also battling a bit of a wrist injury. I don't know if that was related, but he threw that thing really low and not very good.
Oh, wow. And I'm not sure if Eagle's trying to go inside or outside that tree, but it doesn't matter. He almost draws a little bit of metal from the tee shot. Incredibly well thrown there.
And he's looking very likely to take a stroke from the whole card.
Yeah, those are not impressive drives from the rest of the field here. The rest of the card, I should say. See if Seppo can bring one back from the last hole's miscue.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Great effort.
Paul's a little closer than I thought. But not quite close enough. Just splashes it out, and Eagle's going to be happy to just say thanks for the stroke, folks. It's going to be tough for you guys to catch me like this.
Yeah, and that stroke that he lost to the whole group on hole 4 is made up right there back on hole 6.
Yeah, but as well as he's playing, if he bogeys, you better be birdieing.
Yeah, you better get those 2.
Two in a hole is really needed because he's just not giving an inch. Hole 7, par 3, 93 meters, uphill through the tunnel. It's right there in front of you. These guys are going to throw fairway drivers. Simon actually even aced this hole in practice. And then today we had the ace earlier in the day from Teemu Nisanen.
Correct. It's just a hole that really begs for you just to throw a full-powered shot at it. I mean, it almost is begging for the ace because it's one of those holes you can run. And if you do go long, you're not going to go that long. You'll still be within the circle as long as you keep it in line.
I wonder if this dude throws a mid-range.
It looked like that flipped up like a driver, but, I mean, who knows? I mean, just add another bullseye to the list of bullseyes he's got right now.
Wow. Nice shot from Paul. I think Simon's using a PD. And that's not bad. He still should probably be close to in the circle.
And Seppo's been throwing some really amazing shots with that disc this weekend. Really nice hyzer flips that break late and just stay straight the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Great putt.
Man. Wow. Not even any hesitation, just right in. Paul as well with a confident stroke. And we might see a shaker.
I think we're going to get a shaker, folks. And see if Paul's interested in it. Sometimes
it doesn't.
Turn around.
Eagle calls him back.
Yeah.
Well done, Bird.
It just brings in some nice camaraderie. It's just nice to see that these guys are battling for such high implications here.
But it's for the fans, you know.
Yeah.
They love it. Par 3, hole 8, 90 meters. This is a great little forehand shot or low backhand. Just 2 trees really in the way. These 2 that the drone is looking at right now. If you can go in between them, you're gonna like the way you look.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. And that's not bad. Hits a tree, but he's still come up about 9-10 meters.
It's a little bit early for Paul, but wow.
It's so weird how well that early miss works. It looks like it would be awful, and every time I see somebody do it, they're like, it's working out okay.
Yeah. And Simon as well, right there in the Paul neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor?
And here is the backhand. Turning early, fading late.
Oh,
perfect.
Beautiful. Simple game.
Oh, chance to pad the stats. Outside circle putt coming up.
It doesn't matter.
So easy. 10.1 meters. Oh, no.
It's amazing how difficult these shorter putts on holes that you feel like are must-gets can be. It's a strange feeling, you know. You feel a little bit more exposed when you have a putt from 25 feet on a hole that you know you've got to make.
Sure. It's all about expectations, and if you were expecting a bullseye, and you don't have it, where if you're putting for eagle, you're psyched to be 25 feet. So
Right.
It's tricky. It's just a mental game. Hole 9, par 4, 288 meters downhill. This one you want to throw a sweeping kind of hyzering, moving left glidey shot. Get as much distance as possible down here on the left side to set up either, Eagle showed us, a forehand spike hyzer or a more traditional backhand mid-range down towards the pin. There is OB long though, so if you're not careful, you can find that, and that's a big problem because you'll be putting from likely just outside the circle and not for anything better than par. Eagle's pretty wide here.
That catches the outside edge and drops him on the edge of the fairway, but he's going to be 100 to 200 feet short of, well, maybe 150 feet short of where he'd like to be. But distance obviously is not the issue for him. It just makes things a little bit easier if you've got that full flight, of course.
Mm-hmm. Simon gets way left. Seppo's going really left as well.
Yeah, this is way too far left.
Oh, no.
Catching the inside edge. And that's going to drop him maybe 140 meters short of the pin. That's a long shot from there. And that's what you want to see right there. That's a beautiful shot there from McBeth, and that's going to leave him a really nice approach shot.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a rock 3 coming up.
And here is Seppo. I think we mentioned it before, but if you haven't looked it up, check out last year's coverage. He made it from there.
Wow. And almost puts it inside the circle from back there. That's an incredibly long, accurate shot there from Seppo, leaving himself a manageable birdie look. Oh, jeez, man.
And Eagle turns it over anyway, even despite the tricky lie.
Oh,
no problem.
it's such a good shot.
So far, obstructed. Perfect turnover.
That is hilariously good.
Simon's floating just a bit, but he's liking that right near Eagle.
I think shots like that from Eagle are just like when you start to assess what's going on and you start to like realize, and that's actually a putter shot there from Paul with the AVR X3. You start to realize how good you're actually playing. It's just fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that whatever you do is going to work in some way.
Oh, just off the rim for Seppo for his birdie.
That would have been a big pickup after that disappointing tee shot. Yeah, it's just...
Eagles in for birdie. Great save. Simon birdies and Paul birdies.
And so, Eagle with a bogey on the 4th hole, almost making the long, extremely exciting putt, shoots 7 down on the front 9. 8 birdies and a bogey.
He's still waiting for that first par.
Just unreal.
Wow, Eagle McMahon, 39 under. Incredible start. I mean, he's over halfway home now. Come back and join us for our back 9 coverage.